protect your soul. I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my
Hello. Hello. How is it going? Welcome to yet another stream. How is everybody's weekend going? How is this weekend going? How is Saturday going? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Cool. I gotta like my own stream, of course, why not? Cool. I want to quickly listen to the voice of my own, so you might get a echo, so sorry for that, but I'll quickly hear out exactly how I sound, and then I'm gonna come back like live field in the IP by 1 in the result. Live field in the IP by 1 in the result. Hear out. Cool. Is of my own, so you might get a echo, so sorry for that, but hello. So I think the voice is good, and the stream is not lagging today. Hopefully the stream is not lagging today. And the question is, what was the issue till now, right? And apparently my PC, that particular driver, the adapter, can only support till 60 Mbps. And I called up Airtel. I did a lot of discussions that, hey, you're not, I mean, technically speaking, I still face issues because I'm paying for 300 Mbps, I'm getting 200. but I mean, it's still fair enough that I'm still getting the correct, like, at least I'm not getting 20 Mbps or 13 Mbps. So that's why I started the stream a little bit late, because I bought an adapter and I waited for it to arrive. And now that it has arrived, I am getting a little bit okay speed, I would say. We can do a quick speed test. Of course, it might leak my IP, so I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna share my screen while I do that. Yeah, so I'm getting almost 130 Mbps on the download side. Technically considering it's still a Wi-Fi, and I have an extender. I think it's pretty fair enough, because when I was doing 100 Mbps, I was paying for 100 Mbps, I was getting something less. But on my phone, somehow I still get 280 Mbps, something like that. Here I still get like 121 specifically. Yeah, I mean, I still think it's fair and it's better than before, and hopefully there will be no more stream lags. There'll be no more stream jitters and things like that. So yeah, things like that is there. And I mean, Airtel had other problems, but I feel that it's good now. It's good. I think we are good. So how is everybody's weekend going? How is Friday going? How is everybody's Friday going? Oh, okay. Okay. So maybe we can start in a little bit. Yeah, maybe we can start in a little bit. If you're watching me live right now, please feel free to do a hi on the chat. I'm just gonna quickly. Is it muted? Am I muted, by the way? It's pretty weird. Just give me a second. I feel I'm muted. No, I'm not muted. So on my phone, everything is good. Okay. So I my phone for the chats and everything. But yeah. So what are we doing today? The question is, what are we doing today? Last day, we are going to continue with our Golang journey, and we are going to keep continuing working on it. So last day, we basically did a simple Echo server, where an Echo server is basic hello world of your networking program, where you send a message and the server sends you back a message. That's all the same message, right? So it's kind of like a ping and pong of messaging, I would say. You will have you had a particular the sync, and yeah, it just gives you the callback, right? So that's what the entire thing is all about. Saying that, I'm sorry. Saying that, what is today's goal? So today I might be streaming for a little bit more, maybe till 10 o'clock, something like that. I will non-stop stream, or maybe I'll stream till 9 o'clock, 9:30, something like that. Hopefully, at least for the first good half of the stream, or probably for the entire half of the stream, I'm gonna be working on this chat application, which is again a TUI. So it's a terminal-based application that I'll be working on, and the entire part is that this will enhance more Go skills, because you have to do some kind of asynchronous programming. So you have to work with channels and all that to synchronize between two different threads and all that. All right. Call it threads, but yeah, coroutines, whatever. You communicate between two coroutines, threads, green threads, however you want to call it, right? You have two coroutines or two goroutines, and you basically want to communicate between these two, and this is where you need to have channels. So the concept of channels, and then the other thing is you also have to manage the state of clients. So whatever message one guy gives will be, just give me a second. Yeah, so whatever message one guy sends out should be streamed to every other client out there, and I feel it has to be in ordering. So channel again would give you ordering and depending on when this message is received. Yeah, so let's see how exactly we're gonna do it. I'm not quite sure. Wait, why are you guys generating code with AI? I thought we got rid of the code entirely with the no code technology. Are you stupid or something? Okay. So I'll just wait for some more time and see if anybody joins me, and then we are gonna go ahead and start working on the application. Till that time, if you're live watching, feel free to drop a hi on the chat. If you have any questions in general about software engineering, I'm also happy to help out with that. Yeah, anything about software engineering, anything about career, anything about, I don't know, jobs specific, right? So if you have any questions, feel free to drop on the chat. I'm absolutely happy to try and help you out. I cannot say I'll absolutely help you out. I'll try and help you out and answer your questions in the best possible manner. So yeah, we'll just wait for 4 more minutes till 7 o'clock here in my time. 7 o'clock IST, so like in 4 minutes, and after that we're gonna start coding and see what we can do about it, right? I hope you guys are enjoying the music and you can hear the music. Just let me know if I need to change it to something else. Okay, I guess it's 7 now and we can get started. We can get started. Okay. Okay, my light just died. I don't know what to do about that. Awesome. I hope. Yeah, it's a little bit dark on this side. But do I care right now? I really don't care right now if that is a little bit dark on the other side. Okay. Just let me know if you feel that it feels weird. I'm gonna do something about that light and put something else on. But right now I'm not gonna work on it because it feels it's futile. Okay, so now let's actually get into it, right? Okay, cool. So what did we do last day? So last day we actually worked on an Echo server, right? And yeah, one of the things we also did was a daytime server, right? So if I show a daytime server, it's basically a server which is on. So it's a protocol actually. It's an RFC. Believe it or not, it's an RFC. I think 822, something like that. RFC 822. No, that is not it. Daytime protocol 867. My bad. So basically, it's a very simple protocol. Okay, we can read this. So one daytime service is defined as a connection-based application on TCP. So a server listens for TCP connections on port 13. Of course, I cannot do port 13 because on modern systems, I cannot bind anything below, I think, 1000 or 1500, something like that. You would need privileges, so we cannot do that. So I just bind it to something. I forgot what I bind to. We can see that. And yeah, basically what happens is once a connection is established, the current date and time is sent out as an ASCII string. So this is important. It's an ASCII string. And any date received is thrown away. And any other data received is thrown away. The service closes the connection after sending the code. That is what is happening here. So if you see here, okay, it's on 1300. And once you do log into that, it basically, tries to accept the connection. It connects and it says here, we can do a little bit fancy stuff in here to actually showcase what is happening. Can you open another one please for me? Thank you. I really wish I had tiling. There are two things to it. One, I'm a noob, so I still have to learn how to set it up. Second thing, once I tried i3, it completely messed up my OBS color ranges and everything was dark, so I still have to figure that out, and I'm just lazy enough to not do that. But yeah, okay, not GitHub Pro. So yeah, I have something under CMD, and here what I can do is well, once you accept the connection, here I can simply say accepted connection. And one of the things I can do here is I can also save before I'm closing the connection, right? So I have to give it a closure. Connection close. Now this can error out, which I'm just going to ignore for now. So fmt fmt print ln. Cannot see the screen. Awesome. I hope you can see the screen now. One of the things we can do is, since you're already here, I can give you privileged access. Oh, you're a managing moderator, by the way. So a moderator is someone who would be moderating the chat so that there's no profanity, there is no bad words, there is nothing against anyone and all that. So you can do that. So you are the lead moderator right now. Well, the only moderator right now. But okay. Anyways, okay. I think you can see my screen now. Hopefully, yeah. Okay, you can see my screen. Cool. Yeah, so what I was doing here is that, by the way, how is the voice right now? Because I made a little bit tuning there. I think it's not like it's crisp, but the voice tonality, the pitch is not high yet. It's not high. Hopefully it's a more settling voice. Anyways, okay, so what were we doing? Yeah, we were doing this. So closing connection, and in here we can simply do that and immediately invoke a function, right? This is what we are going to do. This is what we are going to do. So in here, I think I have to rebuild this guy. Okay, so daytime sound quality is good. Okay, cool. And if you try to connect it, it says okay, you're accepting the connection and you're closing the connection and things like that. Okay, so this is what we have done till now. What we really want to achieve today is a chat server. And how I understand a chat server, that is not what I wanted to do. How I understand a chat server should be working today is should be working in general. It's you have a server, and this particular server is running on a certain port, right? And you have multiple clients. And what you would do is first you would send a connection. I think first you would send a connection. All right, first you would send a connection. And once you do send a connection, the next thing that you want to do here is that you probably also want an acknowledgement right here saying, okay, you're connected. That's an acknowledgement, okay? So once you have a connection established and you have an acknowledgement, this is basically like I would say a handshake here. So there is no, it's a very open connection right here. There's no security involved in all of that. But yeah. So the other thing that I do want to do is, okay. The other thing that I really want to do here is that once you have this, I want to keep this connection open because I want to forever get messages from you, right? And one of the things I understand, if I understand correctly, is that we would be busy looping because we'll write a for loop and we would just, so it's not an async where we wait for somebody to do something. I think it's called I notify. Is it that? Yeah, I notify. It's monitoring file system events. So you can have certain events which would tell you that, okay, there's something happening. I think there's also equal or something like that. Equal, which is another thing. I really don't know what's the difference of these things. These are again like very, very low level stuff. So yeah, maybe it's a good opportunity to explore these things in the very end, right? So the other thing that we want to do here is that once you have the server, you have an acknowledgement and kind of busy loops to figure out that where can you get this information, right? That's one thing and one way to understand this. Where can you get this information? Like it basically waits for the connections to come in. And within the connection, I think what we have to do is we have to somehow create a map. Somehow have to create a map where I'm guessing. So one of the things I remember is go talk net connection. Yeah. So you have a remote address. So you have a remote address. So you have a remote address right here. So you have a remote address. Where is it? Yeah, so you have a remote address, which is a remote network address. I'm guessing so it's the address of the client, and then it basically gives you back an address. So I don't think so if it's printable. So one of the way to check that is okay, so you have a network which is a string. So okay, so we are not interested in the name of the network, we are interested in the string which would give you the address. Okay, it should give you the address. Okay. the exact format meaning of the strings are up to the implementation. Okay, that's cool. So one of the things we want to do here is that we want to keep a map of IP address to connection. We somehow need to, keep a map of this. The reason for this is when one guy sends a certain message, what we have to do is we have to kind of loop over the connections and send the messages to all clients except client A. So yeah, I think except client A, you want to send this particular message to everybody. That's one thing. One of the good things it would be, so if you look at it currently, how it would be is like message. One of the good things would be to have usernames and things like that. So what you can always do is, you can send a particular message and you can send them a data and saying, hey, you first have to give me a username. If it's not a valid username, I'm not gonna, accept it. I'm gonna drop the connection. And second thing is, if you're giving, I would probably also like to stop spamming ASCII character art and all that, because it might not be that safe. Specifically, you might overwrite the colors and all that, and you might do a lot of things on a terminal, which I do not want to give access. Anyways, I'm not deploying, but I think that's a general way of doing security, right? So yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, any questions here till now? Anybody? Any questions here till now? Anybody? Before we start looking into this. So today is going to be a lot of networking things, and I think a lot of it's going to be again busy looping, I feel. So one of the things we can obviously do here is that see how it busy loops. Do I have beat up? Okay, so I have beat up. Okay. So yeah, everything is fairly simple in here, but if I just run this, it still doesn't increase my CPU performance thingy, right? The reason behind that is that's a very weird thing, right? That's a very weird thing. So one of the things I probably can do is ask ChatGPT, why don't you busy loop? Since we do an infinite for loop, isn't it busy looping? Wait. I mean, I can wait. Yeah, it doesn't quite say much, and I have 16 threads if I'm not wrong. Yeah. 16 threads, as I mentioned, right? So not quite sure what's going on here. Something is definitely cooking, right? Something is definitely cooking. If anybody knows, like, how do I set up the i3? I still have to figure out what the heck is i3, what the heck is the difference between Wayland and things like that. But yeah, I still haven't given it enough time to figure these things out, I'll be honest. No, it's not busy looping. It blocks. Oh, it blocks. Okay, so ln.accept blocks, which means for this particular thing we have to go into a separate So whenever we accept the connection, we have to go into a separate Go routine and say, accepted the connection, awesome, take it and go. Potential, if handle block is slow client, you can accumulate Go routine in file description, set deadlines, write limit, write error, blah blah blah. Okay. Anyways, so the question here is, what do we call our? Okay, so first of all, we have to close this guy. So what do we call our application? Right. So maybe we can go to. Maybe we can actually publish this particular thing. So here, planning to learn Golang by implementing a chat service UI based toy project for learning network async IO. Okay. Suggest me a few good names for this project. Go chatter, go talk. Go talk is a good name because I think there was a service called Go Talk, right? Okay, there was not. There was apparently still a service called Go Talk, which is again, of course, AI something. Nerdy, Echo Mesh, Term Talk, LoopNet, Gutty. That's a good name. That's a good name. TTY, I forgot the full form. TTY, full form. Any typewriter prompt because of how we would write in a typewriter. Yeah. But anyways, so here is GoComs Lab, JetGo, blah blah blah. I'm just gonna go with Go Talk, and just end the discussion right here, right now. Okay. So our project will be called Go Talk, and we can go here and we can simply go mod init Go Talk. Okay. That's pretty much what we want. So there's also a concept of Go workspace, which I'm not quite sure of because it came quite later when I kind of stopped working in Golang. But anyways, so github.com. Wait, did I create in the wrong place? Created in the wrong place. Okay, go stop. Go mod init, go stop. Okay. Go talk. Okay, what error you're getting? I kind of don't care about. So in here you have main, and we can call it main func main. Yeah, problem fmt.println hello world, and go build main.go, and if you run it, hello world, look at that, we have a working Go application right here, right now. Okay, we have that. So one of the things I would like to do is cmd server.go. That's one of the things we want to do. Okay. So we want to create server, which kind of depends on. Now the only problem here is okay. So cmd slash server dot server dot go. So here you want to do a server dot go cmd server slash server dot go. That's what you want, correct? So if I say this, okay, server dot go is not a standard, blah 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 blah. Okay. What am I missing, buddy? Yeah. I think I know what I'm missing. Packet cmd server.go is not in this. Okay. Okay. It depends on cmd. The thing. I know. Because I'm trying to compile it to a library, but then it doesn't have the entry point. So that's why. Wait a second. Okay. So here it is server.go. Okay. And now does that work? Still doesn't work because we expect a package. Okay, cool. Package main. Okay. Function main is undeclared. Okay. So you need fmp func main fmp dot println hello from server. Make. Awesome. You run it. It says hello from server. So we have a server working, right? Not quite really, but yeah. Cd get create go up. Good. We can delete this. We can delete main.go2. Yeah. Okay. So let's first make a server, I guess. Const address is equal to let's do what sorting does. We are 69. This is server. I'm keeping it private for now. So if none of you guys, like, if you guys are not aware of, this here is a private variable, and this here is a exported or a public variable. It's the same with functions also, except main, I think, because then main is still linked. But yeah, whatever. One of the things I'm always interested in looking is it's not a dynamic executable. Okay. So it's an L64 statically linked. So can I simply do golang build dynamic lib? Okay, you can build a C shed library in Go. This will produce a regular DLL or SO with exported functions compatible with C calling versions. Okay, so you can say C. You can say go build mode C shared and things like that. Okay, so what are the build modes you have? C archive. So Pi I think is a position independent executable, something like that. I don't know. Like I've heard of all these terms in low level programming streams. Not the low level guy I'm talking about. I'm talking about Soding, who does low level programming streams. But anyways, okay. So let's try to go to the next phase. Okay. So go .NET listen. I'm not wrong. You have to do listen, and this has to be a TCP and things like that. Net.listen. You have to say TCP4, and here I'm going to give it the address. Okay, of course you have to address, and then here so listener, and there's an error right here. If error not equal to nil, fmt.f print with dot standard error could not listen to address this thing because of this thing, and ADDR and error, and here I'm simply gonna do OS exit with non-zero exit code. Okay, so here I'm gonna say empty println listening to address this, and ADDR. Yeah. So once you start listening to the address, you have to kind of loop around. Okay, have to kind of loop around, and what you have to do here is that you now need to start. Like you started listening, you have binded to that particular port. Now you have to start accepting connections, and one of the things I think is accept. Yeah, so you say accept, so it's on the listener itself, so ln, okay, and it gives you back connection. And we created a TCP listener, by the way. We created a TCP listener. I don't think so it really matters because it's an interface, if I'm not wrong. It's a struct actually, and unique listener is also a different struct. Okay. Anyways, so ln accept, and in here you would be getting back connection or an error. If error not equal to nil, if error not equal to nil, I think we can simply do skip, ignore and move ahead. Do we have to do something in here? I'm not quite sure if we have to do something. But yeah, we can ignore and move. Yeah, I feel we can just ignore and move ahead with this regular thing. Okay. Okay. Just give me a second. Cool. Okay. So handle connection, right? So let's go ahead and handle the connections. Handle connection. In here you would get the connection. That's all, and I think you have to do network connection. And so it actually gives you back the value and not a pointer. So I think we can just simply do that. Okay, so one of the things we have to do here is defer. Defer. So you said defer, and let's do the simple thing for now. Close, and then you read the message. I'm just gonna give 256, which I think should be good enough right now. And here, error. I think we can ignore error in here, honestly. Just gonna say this, right? I'm just gonna ignore error in here right now. The other thing that I do want to do is connection right. Connection dot sorry. I think you have to do something like this. That's all. I'm gonna ignore whatever is being done back. Okay, and in here I'm gonna say go handle connection. And give it the connection. So one of the things I think we have to do here is handle connection. So yeah, I have to do a bunch of things in here. So net OS, is it only that? What do you need, buddy? Cannot use string buffer value of type string as byte. Oh, okay. You also write it to the buffer, so you don't have to write the string. Okay, does that work then? Okay, it works. And if I just say this, server listening to address 6969. Man, I keep talking like okay, so telnet 127 c 001 6969, and yeah, so if I say hello buddy, it should say me hello buddy and close the connection, and that's pretty much it, right? That's pretty much an echo server. We just did whatever we did yesterday or day before yesterday. 6969, let's go. Double 69s, huh? 2 69s. I don't want to say anything right now. Okay. So how's your Saturday going? Why are you on YouTube on a Saturday evening? Why? I mean, I think you're the one who should be out. Or maybe it's still not time for you to go out. 7:30 only. It's still afternoon for you, right? Okay. So one of the things we have to do here is that okay. Just a quick second. Ran out of money, not paid well. That's a society problem, not a you problem. I think it's the other way around. It's a you problem, not a society problem. Because I'm expecting, in my experience, you are the one who should make it work somehow, with money or without money. So if somebody can make it work, it's gonna have to be you. So I don't know what you're doing, man. Okay, so now, since we already have that, one of the things I feel you have to do here is okay. So one of the things I feel you have to work on here is that the question is, can we open multiple connections? And the answer is yes, you can open multiple connections because of the fact that we can actually see that. So here is telnet this thing, and I can simply do another telnet 127.0.0.1.69.69. You open another connection. You can open a bunch more. Tell localhost 69.69. You open another connection. You can open a bunch of connections. How many as many as you want, right? You can open those kind of connections. Okay, cool. So the next thing that we want to do here, okay, can we get a recap of where we are with the app? What app? What application? What I'm doing right now, or some other app? Okay, so okay, right now I think one of the things I feel we should be doing here is that we should be sending messages right in the start, right? But let's not do that right away. Let's do this thing where it's very stupid, where I can say that, hey, I have a bunch of connections. Like, instead of handling a connection, I have a bunch of connections. I accept the connection. Oh, what are you doing right now? So I used to work on Golang quite some time back, and I'm just learning Golang, that's all. It's not a specific application for use, it's just a stream where I'm learning Golang. And what I'm building today is, so previously I was building an Echo server. So today also I built an Echo server to start with. So if you see here, I've got a bunch of telnet connections on TCP, right, to the server. At this top, it's the server is running. Here I have got 3 clients, so we can add another client, telnet 127.0.0.1.69.69, and it's an Echo server. Echo server is something which is basically, it echoes, right? So the entire concept is it echoes. So if I say something, it's gonna, send the same thing back to me. So if I say not Gello, whatever, it really doesn't matter. If I said Gello, it's gonna send me back Gello. Okay, it's gonna send me back Gello. On the left hand side, you can actually see the code, what's happening. It first reads, like, if you don't understand a couple of things, it's very simple English, I would say. You can understand very simply. Connection.read, so connection is you connected and you read, and you just write it back. That's all. Okay, so that's pretty much it. But the entire goal is, so this is the Echo server that we built right now, but the entire goal is I'm going to create a chat application where I have a single server and you have multiple clients which can connect to it. Again, it's going to be a TUI client, terminal user interface client, so it's always going to be on a terminal. And every now and then when you connect to it, so if client A sends a message to B, so right now what happens is that an Echo server, it would echo back whatever data you have sent me. It's going to echo back to the client and it's going to close the connection, as you can see here, but it's going to keep the other clients open, right? So if I just say foo bar, it's just going to close the connection here. Okay, hello Arun, it's going to close that particular connection. So now what we're trying to do is we'll try to make a chat service where the server keeps running and it keeps on getting connections. And if you send a message, it's going to echo that message to everybody else. Not echo that message, or it's going to broadcast that message to everybody else, though we are doing TCP. So it's going to be a reliable protocol, which means that if I send something, it's going to actually go to every other client. There is a different topic there that TCP also is not reliable, but I'm not at that expert level on networking and low-level programming to even talk about it, but I can recommend a video which really is a good one. Sorting really don't know TCP, something like that. You don't know network programming, yes. So I mean, this is one of the things that tells you that even TCP is not reliable. But I'm just digressing from the topic a little bit here. It's not something that part of our stream today. But yeah, you can give it a watch. This guy is a pretty good low-level programming guy. So if you have interest in low-level, it's one of the things you can follow. One of the guys you can follow. But yeah, but again, I'm gonna tell you, he hates UI programming, so it might trigger you. But he's a pretty good general software engineer. So he hates UI, but he can code UI better than a lot of people. He hates every other programming language and every other software, but he can code every one of them, and in a pretty good way. So that's one thing. Okay, that's one thing. Nonetheless, so this is what the entire point is, right? So we are creating a chat server, a TUI based chat server, which is a terminal based chat server. So that's all. And the entire goal of the stream is just to learn a little bit of more networking and get back hands-on with Golang programming, because it's been quite a while that I programmed in it. That's all. Okay, so let's exit out. I think it's called close. Okay, so let's close all the tabs and stuff. Well, one of the things I first want to do is well, I close the connection. So what else do you expect from me? Okay. Why can't you type, buddy? Wait a second. Why did it stop typing? Okay, I don't know what happened there for a second. But telnet localhost 6969. So we are connecting and it doesn't quite tell me back. So the first thing I would want to do is this particular part where I try to get the IP address, right? I try to get the IP address and see if that works or not. Okay. So in here, go talk net connection has something called remote address, which is an address, and then if I go here, it has something called a string, which is an IP. So I'm hoping so is the IP, and it's probably gonna give me my local IP. So I'm gonna stop sharing the screen for a second when I do that, and I'm gonna log the IP and see what exactly it does. Okay. Otherwise, it might be a problem. I don't want you guys losing it, right? Oh, this song I love. I'm gonna start from where? I hope the music is not too loud or not too very low for you guys. Okay. Okay. So what are we doing in here? FMT println accepted a connection from. So of course from with that connection dot remote addr, I think it was dot string. That's a pretty dangerous stuff right here. So I want to quickly stop sharing my screen for a second. I can do this where you enjoy my face, which I doubt you will. So I'm gonna give. Oh, we are safe. It doesn't do much. Gillette 19. Ah, okay. So I don't know if it has copyright or not. I don't know if there's a copyright or not, so I cannot run it right now. I'm just playing NCS. I still have to figure out a couple of things of where exactly, like, what are the different things that I can do. But in general, you can do an NCS thing. Ah, it has copyright, so that's why I cannot play this. Sorry. I'm sorry, buddy. I cannot play that because it has copyright, and I don't want to deal responding to people shit things of why I played their music in a live stream. YouTube's an ass like that. Where is my terminal? Okay, so yeah. Let's quickly see what is happening. Okay, iPad. Okay, so I can rebuild the server and run it one more time. So we are listening to 6969, right? And if we tell it on this thing, I mean, it's a little better to do 127.0.0.0.1. So we connected, and we clearly see that accepted a connection from 127.0.0 something, and just the the random port that telnet just opened. So one of the things I feel we should be able to do here is that we should have a safe mode or a retracting something mode, because yeah, I'm not going to anyways deploy it, so I don't care right now. I think so. We shouldn't be wasting time in that. So here, what I have to do is I have to have a map which can basically, so again, depending on what kind of terminals you have, like multiple telnet clients are different clients in my case, specifically for testing. So everybody is a different client. So it has to be the entire thing. It just cannot be a IP. Specifically, you can also proxy out with multiple clients behind. So maybe I can just use this entire thing to say that, okay, this is who the customer, the client is, right? So I feel we also have to clients, which is a map of string of connections. I think that's how you have to do it, right? There's a simple problem here. I'll tell you what the problem is. There's a simple problem here that if I add to the connection and I run a Go buffer to a Go routine to actually hear about or get notifications about any kind of messages that I want, the problem here is that it's going to close the connection and I'm going to be fucked, right? So I don't want to get fucked in the ass. What I'm going to do here is that I don't think so we're going to close the connection right away in here, or yeah, I don't want to close the connection right away in here. We have to have some sort of information coming up from the client saying I want to drop the connection. So the server never drops a connection, the client drops a connection. That's interesting, right? The question is, how can we do this? Actually, let's do that. So client ID is basically connection remote PDDR dot string. Can I do that replacement where I say connection remote addr dot string. I replace this with, wait, what am I doing? This okay, so in here I have to do this, and in here client ID. I don't want to do that. Yeah, okay. So next thing I do want to do is clients of client ID is equal to on. The question is, we kind of need a channel, I feel. Timeout, connection drop from client when the type exit or don't respond. Yeah, that's the final goal. So one of the things I do want to do is also learn something called raylib. So raylib is a very simple, well, it's technically not that very simple, but can I just do thank you. So it's a simple library used for video games, which is a C programming thing, but it has got bindings for every other programming language as far as I know. So raylib bindings, and can you show me if it has bindings in here? Okay, do you tell me? Okay, so there is for Java, there is for JavaScript, there is for golang. Can I just say go? There's something called Rego. So it's a project which helps you build desktop applications, but specifically for games. So I'm gonna create a desktop client which can connect, something like a WhatsApp web desktop client, right? Which can connect to your server, and you can do things, which means that when the client opens up, so you cannot do a telnet and do things manually. So when the client opens up and connects to the server, it's gonna basically then say that, okay, I'm gonna generate a username for myself, or I'm gonna send a username. It's gonna ask you to set the username if you're connecting for the first time, things like that, right? But for now, it's gonna be very simple, where there is no timeout, there's nothing. You simply just go ahead and connect. So that's one of the things which is in pipeline. Thought process again. Since it's not really any kind of a project, so whatever I want to learn, I'm going to try and implement that. And let's see. Yeah, that's basically the idea. I'm kind of a little worried here exactly how I'm going to do that, because I need a certain handler to accept the connection and add it to the map, the list of clients that you have. And then I feel you have to have two more worker threads. One which I feel we can do this thing, right? We can do this thing. So there is a handle connection, not candle, handle connection, which basically can push into a channel a connection which has a listener or read worker, let's say. So this basically busy loops over all the connections, and it waits for all the messages, right? Get all the messages, and once you get the message, you have to again message write worker, which would basically broadcast it out to all the clients. There's a simple problem here, because a read call is another blocking call. If I actually do a read in here, where it would get blocked, So again, like I was mentioning, we have to do some kind of equal and equal. I'm not sure if we have to do something like that, or we have to I notify something like that. I'm not quite sure how to do that. So this is where ChatGPT should help out of understanding how do you do the concurrency model correct, or golang chat. Oh, one other thing I know is github.com sorting correct. So this is another simple multi-user chat application, and this is kind of the inspiration from where I thought, okay, we'll create a chat server to actually learn Golang and all that. Sorry. So yeah, this is a legacy Go version. You have a single file and it has everything. So I want to look at one of the things, sensitive and all of that. Oh yeah, so he's doing this safe mode and all that. Okay, that's pretty cool actually. So if you have a safe mode, it's gonna simply say he moved it to Rust, and there is also something called Pandora where it says, so you have a command which you can send, I'm guessing command dragon. What all commands you have? Hydra. Okay, so this is something called this connects and sends a lot of random data, opens as many connections as possible, keeps opening and closing connections. Okay, but yeah, the question here is what do you do here? So you have a safe mode, you have a ban limit. Okay, so if somebody's spamming, you can ban that guy. Then you have a message rate. Okay, so you're doing some sort of connection is open, cannot be closed when response sent, and open when message comes. Store state of chat. Do we need to keep the connection open? Can it not be closed when response sent, and open when new message comes? It's gonna be costly, right? It's gonna be costly. So think of it in this way, where it's actually WhatsApp, and you open the application and you type something and you send it, and it closes the connection. Well, technically maybe they are using WebSocket, I'm not very sure, but let's say they're using a very simple TCP, right? If you send a message and then you're just waiting for a response back, if you close the connection, it's very slow, because of the fact that again a TCP connection has to come through, a TCP connection has to be established and all that, and specifically over TLS you would have handshakes and all that with your exchange keys and all that, right? So I think TCP itself is 3 calls. TCP call stack, if I'm not wrong, it's 3 calls. Call sequences. Okay, and I'm sorry for flashbanging, I'm really sorry for flashbanging. Okay, did it? Okay, I'm sorry, I have to flashbang you for a second because apparently it cannot do a dark mode. But can you not tell me exactly? Man, this is really stupid. What is the TCP call sequence for a handshake? So I think there's first sync, then you have an acknowledge, and there's it's a 3-way handshake. First is sync, which is synchronized. So client would send to the server and say sync, and every exchange has some sort of data and all of that. Okay, so then you have sync acknowledge, so you acknowledge the sync, and then the client needs to confirm back, yeah. You acknowledge, I'm acknowledging your acknowledgement. So it is like Indian sorry, I'm sorry, right? It's that. So it's a 3-way connection, and if you do a TLS on top of it, it will be a multiple other connection also, right? HTTP2 multiplexes a TCP connection, not multiplex. Yes, so HTTP2 is built on top of, I think, no, that is HTTP3, which is built on top of Quick, right? So HTTP2 also multiplexes, but this is at the TCP layer, right? So this is at the TCP layer. This is at the transport layer, one above the transport layer, I think, right? If I'm not wrong. And the HTTP is here. HTTP is built on top of TCP. So this is a .tcp. If you look at this, I'm creating a barebone TCP. This thing, it's not an HTTP server. Okay. One of the things I cannot do here is curl. So if I run so this is an HTTP server, let's say 8000. So this is an actual HTTP server, right? So I can just go to 8000 and yeah, it's just serving the directory. But if I had some like can you just give me a random, generate me a valid index.html with some data? Generate me fast, please. Thank you. So I think you already know about this the Python stuff. So if you have that, man, just okay. What a stupid guy it is, man. Thank you. So Python HTTP server 8000. So yeah, it basically, you know, started serving index.html because it's an HTTP server, right? And like it's just whatever random shit that I just generated, right? But do I have my server running? Yeah, I have my server running, right? 6969. Can I do the same thing? That's a question. We cannot, because this is not an HTTP server. The protocol here is TCP, so it doesn't really understand the HTTP protocol of, you know, the headers, then registered nurse and all that. I like registered nurse, I just call this thing /r/n. It's easy to remember. All right. So first is registered nurse, registered, then is registered nurse. Okay, so I just remembered in that way. So yeah, TCP HTTP2 most likely WhatsApp and all that. The example that I'm giving is doing a more high level protocol. All right, OSI model. But me specifically, I'm just doing a TCP thing. Okay, that is what I'm doing right now. Yeah. So you have a TCP and UDP. On top of it, there's a session layer in which usually your HTTP and HTTP2 and things like that come in, right? So we are one level above, we are one level below HTTP right now. Okay, I'm sorry for flashbanging, but yeah, so this is what you're doing. Now I know this is what you're doing because you have a client with your connection, your last message stored, connected at auth. Okay, so you also have an authentication enabled. I wonder how you do that. I'm guessing how you do that is you basically would say I'm guessing it's token based or some kind of username password maybe. I mean, technically you can have a DB and stuff like that, but we don't want to go in that direction. I just want to simply do a very, very simple stuff today. So let's actually see how they did it, right? I'm guessing. So, okay, so you have message type and all that. I don't want this right now. Okay, so you're typing this particular type here to integer and all, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then you have a message struct, you have a client, server. Okay. Banned motherfuckers. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can already see the variable name and know that Alexei wrote it. Okay. Okay, so you have map string and clients from a string. So how do you do this thing? Okay. So you're doing a switch or a select on the type of the message. So you're sending the message to this channel, I think. Okay, so you're having a channel to which you're sending them. Wait, this is you're reading the message from the channel. Okay, so this is not what I want. I want to know how you're doing it on the other side, right? How you're doing it on the other side. Okay, so you create a server and you just stop, and then on the other side you start accepting. Okay, and once you connect it, you just send. I understand. So once you get a connection, You take a certain message and you say client connected, and you pass in the connection, and you just push in a particular channel message into the channel. All right, and you have already created the channels here, and it's a like a non-buffered channel because you have only a single one, right? So people would be waiting on it right now. On the other side, you call Go client. Where do you call server? Okay, you call server here and you call Go client here. Okay, so you call Go server here, and that's basically waiting on something. Okay, that's basically waiting on this. So this is another blocking call. So it's gonna block at getting the message. Okay, I'm slowly understanding it. You know. Look at this. This is the stupidest thing about Go, I feel. Like you're doing a typecast, and like it's really stupid. But okay. They're just casting. That's all. Okay. If anybody's wondering what the fuck is this, they're just casting. That's all. Okay. So what you are doing right now is on the server, you're waiting. You're waiting on a certain message to come in. So the message can be client connected. If it's a client connected, you send back a message to them that hello, 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 whatever, something like that. You're banned, motherfucker. But I'm telling you, like, you can immediately understand that he wrote it, because he would just leave this kind of comments and variable names in the chat everywhere. He gives no fuck. Like, fuck you. I like this guy. Like, from a general software perspective, I like this guy. Not from a corporate world perspective, I would say. He's also quite sure about that. Like, he doesn't care about corporate world and all that. But anyways, so client connected, client disconnected, new message. Okay, this is where you do it. So on the server itself, what you do is you're waiting for certain kind of messages. So you have a single channel in which, but the question here is, oh, okay. I know. Because on the client side, you would say if you're disconnected because connection not closed, if you are reading and there's an error, we would know that you're closing the connection or it's an end of file, so it's a closing. So you would like close the connection from your end also, not rely on their end, and you would say disconnected. You would remove it from your thingy, and if not, then you first try to read it into the buffer that you have. So you have 64 KB buffer, 64 bytes buffer. And on the other side, what you want to do is you want to say this is the message, this is the text, and this is the connection. And the message in here is nothing but a structure, I'm guessing. Struct message. Oh, you say this is the ulta thing, like it's not like C. So it's a ulta thing here. So you have a message type, you have a connection, you have a string. That's what you have. So I think we can actually go ahead and copy paste code from here. Well, we're not gonna copy paste, but we got the we got the idea, and we're gonna do it in that way. Okay, we're gonna do it in that way. So what you're trying to do here is that, where's the code? It's actually here. Server Go. Yeah. What you're okay? So you're calling it from. Okay. So in the handle connection. Good. So in here, can you just stop ignoring? Yeah, thank you. So in here, what happens is that you have accept, and once you accept the connection, continue. Once you accept the connection, you want to pass it on to somebody who would, handle that connection, right? So handle connection. I'm still not sure what exactly you need in here, but so one of the things we want to do is actually read about channels, right? So this syntax receives a value from the channel. Okay. So channel name, then your arrow, then something is pushing it into it. Okay. And okay. So we need different kind of structures, different kind of messages, as what is it called? Type struct message. How do you do struct? I forgot. Yeah, correct only. What's wrong? I did it correct. What's wrong? Struct unexpected. Huh? What? Dude. Type def struct. Type. Implement interface. Acha. Okay. Can you shut up? I would really appreciate if you shut up. Apply. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So now, in here, I guess I have the buffer open here, so I probably have to close it. Oh, I love this song also. Why is everything coming twice? Thrice. Weird. Okay. So now, you need to have a type of message, right? So you need an enum where you would say type message kind is an enum, you can say. And then here, you can simply say client connected iota, and then here client message, you don't need that, and you also kind of don't need that, and client not new, this connected. So these are the things that you need, right? These are the things that you need and nothing else. Cannot run Go FMT because it's missing this. Yeah, Go is a pain in the ass for that. Like if you have an error, if you have unused variables, it doesn't compile, it doesn't, like it gives you a bunch of errors for nothing. Really? Oh, shut up. Thank you. No, shut up. Okay. Okay. So, well, so you would have a kind which is a message kind, and then you would have a connection which is a con dot net dot con, and I feel we take a reference to it and not the actual value. We take a reference to it so that we can quickly destroy that particular object. So we're always going to work with the same reference and not have a new one, right? Not have a new one. Okay. Yeah. It probably needs a little bit of more metadata also, where if it's a client connected, you need certain kind of metadata is what I'm thinking about. And that if you have client new message, it's gonna have a message which can be byte buffer. This is a little dangerous. Move to a buffer instead of a slice. Okay, so I want to move to a fixed size buffer instead of a slice. That's for one thing, because it's kind of dangerous where you can overflow and you can flush my memory most likely. But if it's client connected right now, I do not want to do anything other than a message kind. Later on I might be doing some things, because I want to do a username where if you send a message it says that this guy wrote it, otherwise it's just going to be a mayhem. Sorry, but for now I think it's fine. Okay, but for now it's fine. Cool. So now you also need a client who's a client, and we just call it connection. Let's call it a client. Okay, so who is a client? It makes sense to move this here and keep it like that. Okay. Client should have a connection. I think I get it. I think I get it. I'm doing it a little wrong in here. Okay, I think I'm doing it a little wrong here. This needs to own up the connection. And IP string, or yeah, IP, or let's just call it address. Okay, so we can call it this. The reason why I'm exporting these things is not because I'm gonna be using it right now, but then this is a server, right? But I also tend to write the client side code, which means that these things can actually be extracted out, right? So from the very start, I'm exporting them with capital letters so that then I can export them out correctly later on. Right, so that is what the entire idea is. Sorry, that's what the entire idea is. My phone just stopped working. Give me a second. I cannot see the chat. Okay, I can see the chat again. Cool. So that's what the entire idea is. Okay, so you've created a client, you created this thing, and then you have a message kind where each client can send you a message kind, so you don't have this. So this here has to be a client sorry, who sent you the details. I think who sent you the details. I may be completely off with this particular design, but yeah, I have to start somewhere, right? I have to start somewhere. Okay, so we cannot do handle connection in here. Kind of, we cannot do handle connection in here. We'll do that, but in a different way. So the question is now, what do we do? The question now is we're going to create a channel of messages. So we're going to keep on sending messages to a certain channel, and on the other side we're going to pull out messages, and accordingly we're going to take a decision. This is what the plan is. This is what the plan is, right? This is what the plan is. So so you have that. You have that, right? Again, this most likely can be this because of the fact that this is only to the server. Feels so. Feels so. Let's see. In that particular case, I can simply do it here. Okay, so once I have that in here, I need to make a channel. Okay, so let's make a channel. And how do you make a channel? Messages, MSGS, messages chat is make this thing, right? So now how are they doing is a question again. But this is more like busy loop, right? This is where you're busy looping on every other connections that you have. Just a second. Okay. So this is the channel to which you're sending a message, client connected, and what all things are there. So you have to give a client. So okay. But did I just but it's okay, so it's a pointer right here, which means you are sending out a pointer here, or I feel you can do this, that. Okay, let's just do it in this way. I think it's readable. After that, what you have? After that, you also have a message which we do not want, so it's gonna be nil for now. Okay. Okay. Cool. So instead of a connection, I'm gonna send a message channel. That's what I want to do. And it's a both side channel, so it's gonna read and write to it. So I'm just gonna say in this way, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna say in this way. I'm not gonna give a direction for it. Right? This is where I'm still kind of confused because you are kind of busy looping this thing. So it's kind of a mess. Okay. Along with that, I think I'm also gonna send in the client, right? So the client and this thing. Okay. So, or you know what? Handle client connection. Okay. So on this side, I'm basically what I'm gonna do is a second. So I just got a message from somebody talking about blog from a CEO who is talking about Zomato having a new MCP server, I think, where you basically did screenshots or something and then put it up on like use Cloud to basically say that, hey, order for me and make the payments and all that. How fucking lazy are you, dude? How fucking lazy are you? How fucking stupid are you? And you're saying it's productivity? No. Productivity is when 5 people would sit together and figure out that, hey, for 10 minutes, let's just discuss what to eat. Oh, buddy, what do you like? Oh, you're from Chennai. You like, what do you like? You still like biryani. Wow. You know, even though I'm from Bengal, I like dosa. Really good. Where are the conversations going? You're all gonna be coding to order food? You have to stop integrating AI into every piece of ass you have in your life. Simple. Period. Stop fucking doing everything with AI and say it's productive. Huh? I'm gonna say some things which might not sound good, so I'm not gonna go to that right now. But I'll be really honest. You cannot keep on integrating things. I mean, it's good, but don't always, remove human connections and call it productivity. Hmm? Do not remove human connections and call it productivity, because at some point you have to go back to those human connections. Okay, you have to go back to those human connections. Maybe I'm just talking about family. Maybe it's not the people you're in your office with, you're in your workspace with, you're in a workplace with. Maybe not, but you still need to know how to deal with human connections. Huh? I don't see how it's a really productive thing that, hey, if you were really productive, first of all, I have issues giving access to something which can think of its own, which has a memory of its own, giving access to a system which has my bank account, which has my credentials of different things. I am not okay with doing that. It's as simple as that. No matter how cool you think you are, and no matter how cool you think you can do security things, no. Every other. Okay, well, let's do a quick. We're doing a ranting channel now. Low level programming AI browser. Yeah. Oh, it just came out yesterday. I kind of forgot I saw it. I felt I saw it, can I copy? Thank you. I felt I saw it, but yeah, anyways. Another good guy who kind of have never seen him code. I don't see him live. So these guys are always live on Twitch. I really want to wish to go to Twitch, but I cannot because I don't know if anybody will come to Twitch from India. But if you're looking at this guy, low level coding, I think, or what is he called? It's just low level. So he's a pretty good person and understands security and has low level TV. Okay. So, but that's his Twitch handle, by the way. So yeah, I mean, you should follow this channel because it's quite good and quite informative. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say. And you can see the video that I just posted and how your browsers might be a nightmare. I mean, we can talk about all the security things that you integrate into it, but there's always somebody who's always trying to break you. With billions of dollars, Facebook has got data breach. Every other company has got data breach. I cannot think of anything right off the top of my head right now, but every other company has data breach. Using all the things of security and compliance is in place. So shut up about your right? Okay, so here what you're gonna do is you have got a client connection. So I think we can create a buffer and we'll do 256. Should be enough, I think. 256. I mean, why give it to do also, right? So again, the problem here is that you're creating a resizable buffer slice and not so real fixed size buffer, right? Because it's a slice. So I'm expecting it to actually resize So connection is client conf and connection read. Wait. Okay. So you have to kind of loop, have to busy loop in this. So they are still working with 64 kilobytes. I think it's a good idea. I think it's okay to have 256 KB. So 256 bytes, which I think is okay, not bad, right? We wrote this much amount of code in the last 1 hour, 67 lines, and we call ourselves a programmer. Wow. Okay. Mm, close the connection, and along with that, you give a message and you say client disconnected. You give it a client, and that's all. I think that's all. So you push this particular message into the channel. You push this message into the channel, and then this thing, right? And you can simply return from. But if not, what you do? You have read the message, and what you can do simply is messages channel, client, new message, client, and this is this. That's pretty much it. Right. Then you can also have handle server. So in here, you most likely have this thing. And this you fire off right when you have this. Right when you have this. Right when you have this, you fire it off, and that's pretty much it. Okay. By the way, didn't drop a single frame. Look at that. After I bought the Wi-Fi adapter, thank God I actually thought of doing it today. Anyways, okay, so you handle this thing. In this particular thing in here, I feel you have to read the message from the message channel, right? So you're reading the message from the message channel. Then you're saying if it's client connected, I'm gonna simply say client's message dot address is equal to client, and you don't need to do a break in here. If it's a new message, I'm gonna simply say break. Okay. And if it's disconnected, okay. So he's the author. Author. Okay. So I'm gonna say golang map for each range key value. Okay. So for author and client range clients. So here, wait, do I have client somewhere? No. Okay. If A is equal to author, I'm going to simply continue. Otherwise, I'm going to say client dot connection. So you take pointer to this, right? Wait. So this is connection, not right. That's it. And we're gonna ignore it. Okay, so moment of truth right now. Okay. Server 127.0.0.1.69.69. Assignment to entry in nil map. Oh, I know why. I know why. Clients is make of this. We need that. We need that. We connected. Holy shit, we connected. We connected. We connected. Hello from pain 3. Fuck. So we have successfully sent this information to everyone out there. To everyone out there. Okay? It's kind of a good thing. Yeah. So, what if I close this connection? Do not read from client and a file closing connection and things like that. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. Sorry. One of the things we want to do here is whenever it's a new client connected, right? Whenever it's a new client who connected, what I simply want to do is username. And in here, where's author? That is how it's gonna be. That is how it's gonna be. So whenever you get a connection, a new client message, sorry, yeah, whenever you get a client connected message, right? So the very first thing that I do want to do is okay. Okay, so you have that. This can be 64. It can also be 16. B and here I suppose we can do that. Hmm. Okay. We'll call it username. Message.client connection. Okay, so my bad. If I say me, if I run the server, listening to address listing, so it says hello, choose a username. So let's do this. Pain one. Motherfucker. Choose a username. Username is Pain3. Pain3 join the server. Ah, yeah. So because your messages from Telnet is already having that registered nurse, right? Oh fuck. Okay, but we can fix that. We can fix that. Not a big issue. We can fix that. Can you shut up? Load file system. Thank you. Okay. So joined. My bad. Joined. So in here. Where are you creating the new thing? Username equals no. Yeah, have to negate out two of those. Well, for pins we join the chat. Why? Hmm. Cool. So pins we join the chat. Hello. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. But this is Paint 2. Paint to join the chat. And here also it says Paint to join the chat. But the only problem is, one of the things is, do we have to replay everything? I don't think so. Hello from Paint 2. Hello from Paint 2. One of the things I do want to change here is on right. Yeah. Yeah. So in here, I feel that what should I do? In here is connection, client, connection, all of that. I feel one of the things we can have to do here is message is fmt sprintf username. So this is what he's saying, and then the message itself, right? And since the message is stripped off of everything, I probably have to do that. We'll see about that later on. Username and message dot message, and then in here I have to do that. So so you have to, where is it? 102. Server is running. So let's say this is John. John joined the chat. Don't join the chat. Cool. And don't join the chat is for everybody. Jane join the chat. It's for everybody. And what's up, folks? Wow. Fan says, what's up, folks? I'm good. What's up with you? Then Doe says, I'm good. What's up with you? And it is being transmitted to both. So, okay, I think we are at a place where we are pretty good right now. But what if I say, my bad, I cannot do that. So I do this. I say close, battery, close. We kind of close the connection, but it would also be good to say who left the chat right now. Right? Okay. Also be good to say who left the chat. Pow, pow, pow. Well, CMD. Yeah, it says closing connection of that and things like this, but in here client disconnected, so the next thing you have is here. So you disconnect client with the username. I feel it's good, but we can also kind of say now Okay, so we are saying this thing to everybody. Question is, does it loop? Does it busy loop? I don't see this thing busy looping, but it feels like it's busy looping, right? Because um yeah, you accept this and then you kind of like you block on this. There's a blocking call, and whenever you accept a connection, you first would provide a certain channel. uh, you would interact with the client. That's a problem, because I feel okay, let's go back here, right? So okay, let's connect here. It asks me to choose a username. I'm not gonna give any username right now. I'm gonna say telnet this thing again. Yes, it's connected, but it's kind of blocked because accept is still there. Sorry, it's kind of blocked on the fact that it didn't ask me to choose a username, because um, until and unless I say here whatever, if I say this, that is when the thread gets blocked. So we kind of have to move this particular functionality of getting the username after we go to handle client. What do you use a buffer for? Okay, so yeah, we have to do it here in client connected. We have to move it here. But you know what? We are streaming for almost 2 hours now, 2 hours 15 minutes, and I think it's a good time that I do stop the stream. I had a pretty good stream today, and tomorrow I won't be streaming because I'll be out. So tonight I'm going out for some work, and I will be out till tomorrow evening probably. I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow, but yeah. I think it's a pretty good learning today that we have. And if we just jot down the learning in a single bit, it's basically you have a single loop which would loop through and keep on accepting connections, and it would drop down an information into a channel. It's more like actor model thing, right? You drop down an information into the mailbox, you push something into the mailbox, and there's an actor out there which is handle connection, which is handle server and handle client, which would so the handle server is constantly looping and seeing that if there's a new message, and the new message can be like new client, it can be like a new message received or something. And there's another one who's kind of also having a reference to these certain connections who are trying to read from the clients who are attached. So if any client provides you with something, you would simply say that, okay, I have a new message, why don't I put it in the channel, and the server then can figure out what to do with it, right? So there are a couple of things that we have to polish. One of the things we have to polish here is that the username, it has to be unblocking. So like these things I'll be working on maybe offline or maybe tomorrow, I'm still not sure. But yeah, it was a pretty good stream today, and we had a good this thing. So what I'm gonna do, I think we can do a commit. Sorry. So I can remove this index.html, and yeah. Do you have something for Go? Okay. Hardcore. Why is CMD not coming up? It's weird. Wait, what? I'm going crazy. The fuck? It is ignored. Why is it ignored? Why is it ignored? Wait, what? That's fucking weird. Hmm. Dude. Okay. Okay. Init repository, git remote and origin, github.com, preemptive go doc dot git, github.com/new go doc, UI based multi-user chat application in Golang. Terminal. Cool. I think we're done here. Why did this not work? GitHub readme warning. Okay. Why is it not working, buddy? I was right. Except, it's in here. Okay, cool. Cool. अरे नहीं रे. Yeah, so this is the entire project, and we're gonna do some more revisiting on this particular project tomorrow, or maybe like sometime in the week. I'm actually liking the series more than I like the. mm, More than I like any other sessions. I'll be very honest. This is becoming more interesting to me because I really love working with Golang, and I really love working low level stuff. This is still not low level, I would say, but maybe we actually go and start working on low level stuff, right? So that's one thing. Saying that, this is it for today. Yeah. So saying that, this is it for today. Everybody who joined, thank you so much. Do consider sorry okay Do consider visiting the GitHub repository, and if it's helpful to you, do leave a star. I don't know how much if it's gonna be helpful for any senior engineers, but for junior engineers or someone who's learning Golang would be really helpful, I feel. But yeah, if you find it helpful, do leave it a star. It helps, I guess. And yeah, please consider do subscribing the channel. Please consider do sharing the channel with somebody who might find it more useful, find it more fun to actually do. According to Alexei, it's more recreational programming, where you program not just for money, but you program for fun, and you learn in the process. So that is what I am trying to again do from my end, and also document my journey. And yeah, if you want to be part of the journey, please feel free to. You can find the Discord channel, a Discord server in the channel description. Please do consider joining it. I'm building a community there. I still have to set up a couple of things here and there, but do consider joining the general channel. Consider subscribing to this channel. Consider sharing this channel with people who might be interested and in these sort of content. Mostly, I'm still gonna be doing live streams. I'm gonna be doing everything live. I'm not gonna be uploading videos right away, but I am in the process of learning how to edit videos. So I am in the process of actually making videos to actually upload. Okay, so that is also there. Dinner. I'm acknowledge no? Okay. Anyways, anyways, so yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and have a good day, have a good evening, and have a good Saturday night. Thank you so much.